Hopefully everyone had an awesome 4th of July. Now I got some poppin' comic book covers for you. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, of course, I'm your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions of what comic books to buy, and today, guys, I'm bringing you 2021's top 10 comic book covers. Fans, this is week 27, and this is the video series where each and every week I show you guys my favorite top 10 comic book covers of the week, and of course, out of those top 10 comic book covers, you guys will vote on which is your favorite comic book cover of the week. But this competition goes throughout the entire year, so by the time we get to the end of the year, guys, you will have that final say on which comic book cover gets that all-important title of comic book cover of the year. So guys, just to give you a heads up, I'm still doing my Road to 10K XMen giveaway. We're less than 100 subscribers away, and once I reach that 10K, guys, I will announce a winner for the X-Men giveaway, and you can win these X-Men prizes. All right, guys, so let's get started with this week's video. Before we get into week 27, we have to find out who won week 26. And the winner of week 26 by a landslide was Spawn, issue 319. That's the Violator main cover. I totally forgot the dude's name. Everyone was like kind of making fun of me in the comments, which was hysterical. One goes, "I'm not the Vibrator, I'm not the Vindicator, but I am the Violator," which is funny. I love that stuff. So thank you guys for reminding me of the Violator's name. But that title winds up going on to the next round, and so now we're going to kick off week 27, and we're going to kick it off with number 10, guys, and number 10 winds up going to Hellions issue 13. This is the 1 in 25, the Daughterman variant. I remember this one was done with Rogue, and now they have one done with Psylocke, which is pretty cool because you get to see all the different costume changes or versions of Psylocke, which is pretty awesome in this cover, and I love looking at each and every single one of them. So guys, if this one is your favorite, let's make sure we vote in the comments section below. Remember, you can only vote one vote per person, and if you don't like any of the top 10 I provide for you here today, you can always write in your own title. It could start the trend, and it could overtake the other top 10 books. It has happened before, believe it or not. All right, guys, so now we'll move on to number 9 on the countdown this week. It goes to the Swamp Thing issue 5. This is the Brian Boland cardstock variant. The Swamp Thing cover is pretty neat because obviously you get to see the Swamp Thing on there, and he's pretty detailed. I love his claws, and his vines are like going into this skeleton that was, a former king or whatnot. So I don't know what's going on in the title. I don't currently read it. I just thought it was a pretty awesome looking cover. So if this one is your favorite, let's go ahead and vote. This one had great details in it. So moving on to number 8, we have the Amazing Spider-Man issue 70, Mark Bagley main cover. Now, I like when Mark Bagley does cover art, and this one is pretty cool. Not overly complicated. It's typical Mark Bagley artwork where he's done tons of Spider-Man stuff, but we get to see Spider-Man here, which looks like he might be stuck in his own web, and it's the prelude to this sinister war. Just, again, a simplistic cover by Bagley. I thought it's awesome. It's a main cover. If this one is your favorite, you know what you got to do, guys. You got to vote in the comments section below. All right, so now we move on to number 7, and this one goes to Wonder Girl issue 2. This is the Will Murray cardstock variant. I love this cover as we get to see Yara here as she has, she's looking sideways at you with that look. Maybe she's expecting somebody from behind her. She's kind of hiding in the jungle. You get to see she's like kind of in the shadows. It's just a nice soft art, soft colors there. I'm not sure if there's some type of reflection in her shoulder if you're looking at it, if it's an elephant or something else, who knows, or maybe my mind is just playing tricks on me, but great looking cover. If this one is your favorite, let's vote. All right, next, moving on to number 6. This one goes to Geiger. This is issue 4. This one is the cover B, done by Brad Walker. This is a pretty awesome looking cover. You almost need sunglasses to wear this cover, as you get to see Geiger just, I guess, using his radiation-like powers, and you get to see some guy exploding behind him. It's just pretty gruesome, pretty dark, but I love the detail to it. And then you get to see some of the characters in the background as well behind Geiger, like his dog, and you get to see that king, and then you get to see another character there. So again, I love the detail of this. I love the colors of it. I love Geiger. I think he's a great looking character. Stories being fleshed out. So yeah, if this one is your favorite, let's vote, guys. All right, so moving forward now, we have a cool Matina cover here. This is a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes Dead Game issue 5, again done by Francisco Matina. And this has Snake Eyes on the cover, and he's got his dog with him as well, and he's holding a sword and a gun, and the Cobra flag is behind him, so it looks like maybe he's infiltrating a Cobra base and whatnot. Such a sweet looking cover. My only problem with Matina's covers is sometimes they just tend to be a little bit too dark, and it takes away from the great details that he puts in these covers. If it wasn't so dark, it probably would have been higher. But if this one is your favorite, let's vote. All right, so now we move on to number 4. And number 4 is another Wonder Woman cover. This goes to Sensational Wonder Woman issue 5. This is cardstock variant cover done by Dyke Ruin. If I said his name wrong, I'm sorry, or Ron. This is another Wonder Woman cover where she's kind of has her side turned to you and she's looking at you. But this Wonder Woman, Diana, she's using her shield. I don't know if she's deflecting something or whatnot, but what made this cover kind of cool is what's going on within her cloak or her cape. And we get to see all the soldiers in there and whatnot as they're battling in the war. So I thought that was actually pretty neat. I love Diana's facial expression here. Awesome looking cover. If this one is your favorite, let's vote. All right, so moving on through this countdown, we go to the top 3. And this week's number 3 goes to a beautiful X-Men issue 1, the Jae-Hung Lee variant B. This one has magic on it, and there are a ton of X-Men covers for this X-Men issue 1, and it's so hard to choose because in their own way, right, there's so many great looking covers for this. But I love Magic. I love Ileana. She's a great looking character, and this one is awesome. I love her position, her stance. Another character that's looking, from a side view, but you got the big sword, and she looks tight. I love the freaking costume in there as well. So good. If this one is your favorite, let's make sure you vote. All right, moving on to number 2. This one goes to Extreme Carnage Alpha issue 1. In-Huck Lee variant A. So this one is awesome too. This was another series that had a lot of great covers, but being that this is a Carnage, I went with Carnage, and I just love obviously the over-exaggeration of his symbiote as it's making these swords and it's digging into the ground, and I love his facial feature, and I love the big moon in the background, and I think the actual logo adds to this cover as it's, as you see the logo there, in front of the moon. It just adds to the cover. Love Carnage as a character overall. So whenever he is on a cover, it's like almost a must for me to put him in a top 10, right? So if this one is your favorite, let's make sure you vote. Now, for X-Men and Extreme Carnage, if you have other covers, please be very descriptive of which one you want to vote for so I can make the tally correct. All right, and last but not least, my favorite comic book cover of this week winds up going to Noctera. This is issue 5, Jamie Tendell variant. This cover is beautiful. I love how Val is on this cover, and it looks like she's fighting the shade creatures, because you get to see their claws popping up from the bottom, and she's just dodging every which way possible. I love her muscle definition through here. The anatomy looks great overall. I love the gun, how she's, targeting something. You're not sure what it is, but what makes this cover for me is her facial features on here. It's so awesome, man. Great looking cover. I saw this and I was like, man, this is a standout. Definitely going in the top 10. And I'm like, dang, this is actually number 1. So there you guys have it. There are my top 10 comic book covers for this week. So guys, hopefully in the comments below, make sure you vote. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell. And of course, guys, I will leave you more content to check out right here from Comic Book Corner 2.0. Myself, Mike Spider Slayer, and until next time, guys, I'll see you on that next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.